There is a blueprint for how big money takes over industries, and if people were taught real history, they would have understood what happened back in 2020 right as it unfolded in front of their eyes, because that industry, the medical industry, had been conquered by the same usual suspects, the Rockefellers, the Carnegies, all the way back in 1910. And they did it with something called the Flexner Report. They had Abraham Flexner, this doctor, put together this report, and they would bring it in front of state licensing boards all over the United States of America. And this report basically concluded that any type of Eastern medicine wasn't backed by science, but petroleum-based medicine, pill-based medicine, was modern, was backed by science. And as a result of the Rockefeller Foundation bringing this report in front of all these state licensing boards, the American Medical Association was given control over what? College accreditation status. Why is that important? Because colleges that lose their accreditation, what else do they lose? Their funding, the money, ding, ding, ding. Well, within 25 years, half of the medical schools in the United States of America had closed or merged with other medical schools. Within 25 years, half of the medical schools in the United States of America had basically closed down, because any schools that were teaching homeopathy, that were teaching naturopathy, they would lose their accreditation. The American Medical Association would take away their accreditation. And now you have schools teaching petroleum-based medicine, all of the medical schools in the United States of America. So you do that for 1 generation, 2 generations, 3 generations, 4 generations, and all of the professionals in that field have been indoctrinated through the ideology of big money. So of course that's what they believe. Well, at least the majority of them. Of course there are dissenting views, but we know what happens to those dissenting views. But big money had taken control over the training of future professionals. And after generation after generation after generation after generation, what happens? People believe what they are taught. And the most interesting part about it is when you look at the Flexner Report, and this is right on the website of the American Medical Association. I mean, this is mainstream history. But if you look at the Flexner Report that was used to take over medical school accreditation in the United States of America, who was it funded by? The Carnegie Foundation, in coordination with the Rockefeller Foundation and the American Medical Association. And this is why I write books on how information is controlled, the history of fake news, the corruption of the monetary system, healthy living, how the food system was conquered, and so much more. As well as my first audiobook on George Washington. It's over 100 years old. It's completely unpolitically correct, and we have made it into an audiobook for the first time. We are bringing history back to the people. I'm doing this with Andrew Jackson books. I'm doing this with Woodrow Wilson books. I'm doing this with all turning point American historical figures. We are taking that history, that unpolitically correct history, we are bringing it back to the people, and our first audiobook drops this week, and I'm so excited about it. ClassicalLearner.com.